What a morning. It has been an interesting morning. I've already had a lot to do. I've been here, there, and everywhere. And I actually have something I wrote down yesterday for you guys. I'm definitely going to have to do 2 messages because they're totally opposite. So I'm picking up on different groups of you guys that are going to click on this video. Pisces or Pisces cross watcher. I think the one I want to start with is the more sensual message. I wasn't even planning on getting a sensual message for you guys. Oh, I'm about to sneeze. Whew. This is certainly not for everyone, but for those of you that this message will be for, it will go along the lines of sensuality, which is very different than sexuality. But I don't really know if this is about another person. I do sense another person coming through. Someone who has their eyes on you, vice versa. But this is about sensuality with yourself. I'll get into, in the other message, kind of everything I saw today that was really standing out to me and the things that I was getting last night for you guys. That's going to be a lot more, it's a really intricate, different message. There's a lot of information. This one is more subtle, more smooth, and it is about the higher self. It's about you coming home in a way, you knowing who you are and embracing yourself fully. It gives me the impression that your higher self is embracing your earthly self and almost reconnecting or connecting for the first time. You may have actually never felt as connected in your life as you do now. You know yourself better than you've ever known yourself before. Doesn't mean you don't have days. Doesn't mean you don't have moments where, you want to bed rot, not bed rock, but bed rot. You don't even want to get up. You don't want to get out. You don't want to do anything. You have moments, we all do. But this isn't really a message like that. So let's talk about it. There's a song coming to mind. Let's talk about the lyrics a little bit. I think the song is actually a more sexual song sung sensually. It's a lot of S's. I couldn't stop listening to it this morning. I've been stimming all morning, just repeating the song over and over again. And I'm like, why can I not unhear it? Like, as I was listening to it, it made me think of the higher self trying to call in, dial down into the earthly self, saying, hey, like, come back to me, come into me, make love to me, wake me up. Reminds me of that song by Evanescence, Wake Me Up Inside. Like, cuddling and holding and nurturing, caressing, caring for the self. Let's talk about it. So the song is called Slow by Amanati, Amanati. Now, if this works for you more to see this as how another wants you, views you, vice versa, reverse it. Do what you got to do whatever you feel is right for you. But to me, this is your higher self, Pisces or crosswatcher, ringing on the phone saying, hey. Or is it perhaps the earthly self calling to the higher self, I'm ready. I'm ready to love me. I need to be awakened. You give me what I'm chasing. A symphony of aching. I feel us fully fading. You see why I think that? I need to be awakened. Maybe it's the earthly self, your 3D self, calling home, calling to your higher self, saying, I'm ready now, please receive me, take me in, love me, make love to me, awaken me, wake me up. Pull me out, pull me through, pull me to the top, pull me out of this. I'm ready to take on my full identity, to be who I truly am entirely. You give me what I'm chasing. I've been talking about this in several messages. It's kind of the vibe lately about people not necessarily looking out here anymore. There is a portion of the collective that's not looking out here anymore, but more so looking inside of themselves for everything they've been chasing out here, for that true love, for that lifetime partner. It's a group within the human collective right now who is almost chasing themselves. Like, get back here. I evaporate. Our bodies gravitate. I want to pull you into me. Take you like a remedy. Slow. We are water when we flow. Yes, it's probably a song about a person. To me, it's a song to the higher self, or the higher self talking to the earthly self, or the both of them conversating back and forth. I see it differently, especially for your message for this one. Push me hard, but take me slow. The song is called Slow, and that just resonates so much with me, because I think about how slow at times, yeah, the life can seem like, oh, it doesn't last long and it goes by so fast. Yes, absolutely it does. But it's also true that sometimes it's rather slow and it takes you a long time to kind of discover yourself. Not everybody, but a lot of us, you know, to discover what we like, what we don't like, what we want, what we don't want. It's like a slow success. Some of you have had slow cooker lives. You know, you may be able to look around and it seems like you never quite can catch up. That's also been a repeating theme. Relate. Alchemy dripping off your tongue. I need it. All of me wants to come undone. It's like, I want to forget myself. I want to forget all the programming and everything that I've been raised to believe, or been programmed to believe, or that my trauma has built me to believe. I want to erase it all. I want to start over. This is somebody wanting to start over in their life, a do-over with their higher self. This is like, you know, that song by Britney Spears, not yet I'm not a girl, not yet a woman. It's like that. Someone who's ready to embrace their femininity, or a masculine ready to embrace their masculinity. But it doesn't feel like in their 20s. This feels like somebody who's older. Again, emphasis on the slow. It seems like life has left you in the dust at times. You know, there may be people who are already your age. Again, I've been talking about this, that they're already like steps and steps ahead of you. That doesn't mean they're better. It doesn't mean they've been more dedicated, more focused. It's just your life and your journey's been a little different. That's all. It's just been a little slow. But sometimes when it's slow, it's the best. It's like lovemaking. Even lovemaking your higher self's been lovemaking you this whole time and has never ever left you. And you have never left your higher self. You're right here. We are water when we flow. Pour your spirit down my throat. If we're talking about humans here, it's not something you really pour now, is it? It's something that more so gets kind of squirted in there. Pour your spirit down my throat. This is to me. I mean, I could be completely wrong, but I see it in an artistic way, which this is an amazing singer, by the way. Every one of her songs jolts me, moves me, levitates me out of my body. I'm just like, oh my God. You could just tell it's very ethereal. Same with this energy. Pour your spirit down my throat. It is the spirit inside of the body. It is the higher self and the earthly self, ready to just accept themselves. Like, I love me. I'm not looking for anything outside of myself. I'm looking to recreate what I thought I was. Transform him, transform her. I'm ready to entirely embrace myself. This is someone who may even be experiencing self-love, true self-love for the first time. And boy, doesn't that feel good. It feels good. It's not something that happens overnight though, you know, it's a process. And I don't know if we ever fully get there. I mean, maybe we do. I can only imagine. I'm not fully there, but I'm definitely getting there. And I love it. I'm like, oh my God. I wish that I could have the mindset I do now back in my 20s and even all my 20s, you know, and talk to her and be like, hold on, bitch, hold on. You're not alone. It's like not just you, you know. What you think is really real isn't real, and your higher self has never left you. There is another side of things that you're just not able to see right now. It's opaque. But eventually, as you go on, you'll see you're multidimensional. There's so many layers and levels and aspects of you. You're getting there. It's like finding the baby inside the king cake, which we did videos on several months ago, which was fun. That was cool. So yeah, that's basically the whole song. I'll try to remember to put it down in the comments. It's very sensual. Again, it's probably a song written for a romantic partner, but I see it differently. Oh, there's a part that I skipped over. She says, I've been here in this place before, believing, raise my body right off the floor. I feel it. I've been here in this place before. It's like somebody even remembering their past lives, starting to a little bit. There's a familiarity, like I have definitely been here before. I've done this before. I can do this again. I came here for a reason. Somebody realizing that they've created their own purposes, like they're starting to realize what their purpose is. You are. This isn't you, and you're like, no, this doesn't resonate. It's either not your message, I guess, but I think something's here for you. Or it's somebody that you know. This is them going through this transformation almost, but it's more like a coming home to self. Like somebody didn't realize how strong they were. Maybe they always sought normalcy. We talked about that yesterday. But they realized that that's not for them. You realize it's not for you. You've always been different. This is a grown-ass adult in the physical, right? Like their human flesh has been here for a while, but their soul is just now coming to life, like opening its eyes for the first time, like a baby. I relate. Being almost painful at first because the light can be really bright. It can be blinding. It can be confusing. Be isolating and lonely because you feel like, oh my God. But in this message, it's more sensual. Like even I see somebody rubbing themselves, like not in a sexual manner. This isn't like, oh, I need to get off. No. This is, my stomach hurts, so I'm going to rub him. This is, my head hurts, so I'm going to rub my temples. Something like that, like not necessarily in a physical way either. This is, my heart hurts, I'm sad, or I'm having a rough day, so I'm going to journal and get it out, and I'm going to sit with myself. This is like what do you call that? Self-regulation. Someone's self-regulating here. It's very healthy. I'm gonna write that down, self-regulation. And if you find yourself getting a little anxious or maybe overwhelmed, maybe there's too much going on, or it's just been busy, like I've been this morning, just thinking of this as an example. Take time for yourself when you have time. It's very important to do that. I know that it's hard in the world we live in today. It's not created that way. And that's probably on purpose, so most people don't come home to themselves. So most people don't have the time to sit and think, because when they get home, when they're done with the hustle and bustle, and they're so tired from working 1, 2, 3 jobs, however many hours, they're tired. And all they want to do is flip on their phone, scroll on their phone, or turn on their TV. And then if they have others that require their attention or need their attention and love, they do that. And at the end of the day, they have no time to spend with themselves. That's the way the world is designed, isn't it? It keeps you distracted. It keeps you busy so that you have no time for yourself. And you slowly wither away like a rose dying in a vase that has no water. You need to be constantly refilled with fresh water. You need refreshments. And when you aren't given that because you don't have the time, you can't even take the time because you lose money, or you lose your job, or you have people that need you until you're completely depleted. This is not that message. This message is saying, I'm taking it slow. I'm okay with the process. I'm surrendering. Whoever this is, you, Pisces, or cross-watcher, is saying, I'm surrendering to this magical experience, no matter how treacherous it can be. No matter, this is an individual who's not letting fear, at this time anyway, not letting fear dictate their life. This isn't someone who's in a hurry. This is someone who may have been in a hurry, because how else are you going to survive if you're not? This may be someone who's had to worry a lot about a lot of things. Their health could have declined, could be declining, and then there's like this aha moment, this revelation internally. Like nothing satisfies me more, or would satisfy me more, than just getting to be myself. And how can I even know who myself truly is if I don't ever spend time with her or him? If I don't have time, make time, if I'm unable to be sensual and spend these moments intimately with myself. Again, nothing to do with sexually. I mean, unless that's part of it for you, everybody's different. What I mean more is cutting out distractions, taking that bath, taking that longer shower, turning on some music, taking time to close your eyes and just kind of relax. I could say meditate. Not everybody meditates, you know what I mean? But that's like a type of meditation. Meditation doesn't have to look like sitting like my thumbnail, my profile picture. And in fact, I wasn't even meditating in that photo. It's a crock of shit. It's just a pose. Meditating, when I do it, when I actually meditate, I'm laying down usually. I have done it sitting up, but I find that because my tits are too big and I want to get these bitches cut out, don't ever do it. Unless you want to, of course, make your own decisions. It's awful. It's the worst thing. That was when I was trying to fit in with society and be hot. Look what that got me. So, lesson learned. Anyways, yeah, I can't really, I would like to sit up, but I can't sit up because it hurts my fucking back. So, meditating can look like driving down the road. You take the time that you can, whatever time you can get, and you stay present. That's it. You're just present. Cut out the rest, and you're just present. This is absolutely beautiful. I feel the sensuality. I feel the calmness. It's like a headache starting to subside. You know that feeling when you have a really bad headache or nausea and you take the medicine or you suck on the peppermint, whatever it is, and the nausea starts to slowly fade away? That's what this feels like to me, this message. It's the outside world, the outside influences, the stresses from everything will slowly and are slowly starting to fade away because someone is choosing not to give attention to them right now, or at least put so much or all their focus on them, or their people, or another person, or whatever, all the above, their job, their money. They're chasing themselves for once. They're being their own lover. They're being their own mom. They're being their own dad. They're being their own caregiver. Just for the time being. And it's a good thing, because I feel this is someone, if this is you, somebody here is like, whoever is experiencing this may have even kind of, not necessarily forgotten themselves, but you can forget yourself, or just kind of neglect, really. And it's like, well, how on earth could I forget myself when I'm inside of myself, when my highest self is inside of myself, when my soul is in the body? How do I forget that we're kind of a team here? How do I forget that? Well, easy. All right, guys. I think that's it. We're going to leave this one here. There's not much else. It's just about, it's like somebody's just about there. Like when you're moving into a place, or you see somebody moving into a place, and they're just about there. They're just about done. They've got it just about finished. Everything's almost where it needs to be, moved off that moving truck. Everything's coming along. That's somebody's process right now. Somebody's coming along. And they've come a long way. You have come a long way. All right, guys, thank you so much for being here with me, and I'll talk to you later. Bye.